Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another episode of This Week on iRacing, the series that gives you all the information about the upcoming races on the service before they appear on the UI. Now let's talk about week 12, shall we? Now week 12 is the last week of the season and I think personally it might be the best week we've ever had. As iRacers, sim racers, we've never had it so good because this week is an absolute corker. It really is quite fantastic. Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh Ollie, it's because of the Nuring 24 hour. You absolutely love that, and because IMSA Le Mans. It's just not those two series, all right? There's quite a few things going on, so trust me when I say this, it's just a really, really good week, all right? Let's firstly talk about the Nürburgring 24 hour. GT3 cars, GT4 cars, Porsche Cups, M2s, TCRs, 5 classes, it's a 60 car field, and it should be a lot of fun, And that is because one of the main concerns people have been having with the Nuring 24 hour this year is they've been waiting for the forecast and saying, oh my God, what's the rain going to be like? There's going to be lots of rain, blah, blah, blah. iRacing is a rain simulator now. All they do is add rain to special events. Technically, this week, there could be. I can't lie to you. There is a chance. A 25% chance of rain. But if you actually look at it, boys and girls, it's really, really, really not that bad. 25% chance of rain at 9 AM, and then it just gets lower and lower. So you can go a long, long way into the race without seeing a drop of rain. And it's just 25% chance. So there's 4 splits. Maybe one of those splits might get it. But I just don't think it will last that long. And I don't think it will rain that hard. Famous last words. If you do get rain in your split, you can blame me. I do apologise. But I don't think it's that bad. I think it could have been a lot worse. And rain and the Nürburgring is an absolute pain in the buttocks. If you've ever done it, I think we're going to be okay. I'm absolutely happy with that. 25%, cool. No issues with that whatsoever. So what I'd say about the Nürburgring 24 hour though is make sure you go on the forums and just check out all the information you can, because there's plenty of information on here, such as the in-game start time, how many cars there is, talk about the splits and time slots and all that kind of stuff. So definitely recommend going on the forums and having a look at all the information. You've got the bot here as well. Do be careful though. There's a good chance, like it says here at the top here, there's a good chance the bop will be changed. All right. So every special event I've taken part in recently is they do a bop start of the week, and then by the time it comes to Wednesday, I think essentially what they do is they just look at the results and go, right, that car's too quick, we'll bop that a little bit more, and just try and make it a little bit more even. The BMW, without a doubt, is the fastest car. Now, you might argue, well, you know, is the bop's really good and they're all really even and all that kind of stuff, but for me personally, I think the BMW is just the easiest car to extract the pace out of, so the bop might be perfect. I don't really know how to word this. It might be perfect in terms of like data, but when it comes to me and you and driving the track, I think the BMW is by far the easiest to extract the pace out of all the cars. You can be very quick in the BMW. So will they bop it again? I'm not sure. There's a good chance, but we'll see. If you're in a class by yourself, you don't really need to worry about the bop too much, to be honest with you, because there isn't really going to be one for you. So yeah, that's the bot. But yeah, like I said, really important that you get on the UI and have a look. I'll see if I can leave a link in the description to the forum. But yeah, that's pretty much the special event for this year. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes well for you boys and girls and you have a good race. Remember, just survive the Nürburgring 24 hour. Please just survive. I've done it before. This is my 5th time running it. And every time I can tell you, if you survive, you do well. It is that simple. It's just a race. It's just survive. That's all you got to do in this one, and you will do well, I assure you. Now, let's talk about GT Sprint, because GT Sprint is also going here this week. So you've got the GT3 Sprint, the fixed, and endurance. Good thing is, none of them have rain either, so you're absolutely fine. Quite interestingly, they start at night. So it's starting at night for the GT3 stuff. So all the races, you'll be doing night races, which is pretty cool. No complaints. It'll give you a real feel for what it's like racing around the Nürburgring at night. And it have the new lighting model as well for this season. So it should be good fun. I've not actually done any laps around here at night, so I think it'll be good practice, and I recommend everybody does it. So yeah, get yourself onto the GT3 Sprint fixed, and I don't think you need to worry about the endurance. I don't know if anybody's really going to be doing it because they're going to be doing the 24 hour instead. But there'll be a few, so you know that should be decent. An endurance race at night could be good fun. But yeah, no rain to worry about at all, and track temp is super low. In-game start time's like 11:24. So that should be absolutely fine. So that is the GT3 stuff. So that's the special event for this week, and the GT3 Sprint, fixed and enduro. they're the same. So there's not much to talk about when it comes to the GT Sprint stuff. Just make sure you do it during the week because it'll be really, really, really good prep, I assure you. Okay, then next up, let's talk about IMSA, shall we? IMSA Open, Fixed, and the 6-hour series. They're all going to Le Mans this week, and it is without a doubt one of my favourite combos ever. It really is just such good fun. Now, many people say it's just straight lines, Ollie. It's not that great. I can see your point, but I really do enjoy it regardless, okay? I just really do enjoy this combo. IMSA at Le Mans is just the pinnacle of IMSA, if you ask me. And to have the Nürburgring 24-hour, the GT Sprint and Nürburgring 24, and then we've got IMSA at Le Mans, just, wow, mind-blowingly good, if you ask me. Mind-blowingly good. We are spoilt for choice this week, let me tell you. Between those two series, absolutely giga. Anyways, let's talk about it a little bit, shall we? So, let's firstly talk about the rain, because the rain is what you can see in front of you. Now, the Fixed has a 62% chance of rain, but the Open and the Enduro have no chance of rain whatsoever. I feel like the Enduro is going to be slightly dead this week, which is so bizarre. A 6-hour at Le Mans, you'd think it'd be so popular. And any other week, it would be. But when there's a 24-hour race on at the Nürburgring, at the same weekend as the 6 hours at Le Mans, it's just, I don't know. I don't know who's going to be doing it instead of Nürburgring 24-hour, but we'll see. Maybe if I'm an absolute mad lad, I might do the Sunday slot at 3 p.m, 2 hours after the 24-hour is finished. Maybe. But anyways, that's the future Ollie when he's sleep-deprived and regretting his decisions. He'll make the decision right there and then. Anyways, right, like I said, 60% chance of rain and Fixed. Open Enduro, you've got no chance of rain at all. In-game start time, it's around 8 p.m, so it should be relatively cool temperature-wise. I reckon it'll be mid to low 20 degrees. And I don't think we're going to see a transition because it looks pretty bright already. So I don't think in 45 minutes you're going to see a transition. Now, if you end up doing the 6-hour, let's just say the 24-hour didn't go to plan, and you look at do something else this weekend, and you're going to do this instead, you will go to night. There will be a night transition, which will be pretty cool, I can't lie. So that is something to definitely look forward to. But yeah, I mean, what a good combo. I mean, hell of a week, right? Oh no, I've crashed out Nürburgring 24-hour. I have to do 6 hours of Le Mans instead. Oh no. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. No complaints from me whatsoever. And if you think these two series are good, there's a lot more good stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, now that we have covered the Nürburgring 24-hour, the GT Sprint, Fixed, and Endurance, and the IMSA Open, Fixed, and 6-hour, let's start looking into some other series, shall we? I won't go into as much detail as I have in these series as the previous one, because I like to keep these videos around 10 minutes long. If we went into detail for all the other series that I covered, it'd be a very long video, and yeah, I feel like these videos should really be about 10 minutes, if not a little bit longer, but nothing too long otherwise. So with that in mind, let's talk about some other series, shall we, and what exactly is happening apart from IMSA and the GT Sprint stuff. So let's have a look. First and foremost, I want to talk about the Porsche Cup because that is also going to the Nürburgring. So if you're doing the Porsche Cup 24-hour this weekend, so if you're doing the Nürburgring 24-hour and the Porsche Cup, firstly, fair play. Fair play. That is quite the feat. So if you've managed to do the Nürburgring 24-hour and the Porsche Cup, better man than I am, or woman. There's no way I could do that. I would... Yeah, just no. So if you are, the Porsche Cup is doing the Nürburgring combined. So you'll be able to do that. Be excellent practice. Do bear in mind, though, I think the Open has about a 50-something% chance of rain. So if you want to practice in the rain, do the Open. If you don't want the rain, stay in the Fixed. The Falcon Sports Car Challenge, that is going to Mid-Ohio again. Rain possible, there's a chance of rain. So if you don't like rain, maybe avoid that. Mid-Ohio, it's one of those tracks, it's not the most popular in the world, let's be honest. People that do drive around that say it's a very, very good track. So one of those ones, give it a chance, you enjoy it, but you may have to wait a little bit later in the day if you're like kind of the east side of the world and whatnot, or in Europe, UK, whatever, for it to get popular, all right? Because it might be a little bit quiet during the day. Production Car Challenge, let's have a quick little look. I don't know about that one, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how popular that will be. Now, I did see Ringmeister. That is, it's not going to show it here because I don't know why the car icons are showing, but this is the Radical. So the Nürburgring Nordschleife. If you haven't had enough in the Nürburgring already, the Nordschleife So the Ringmeister series, that is getting the radicals, the SR10s, not the SR8s. I believe it's the SR10s. It's the paid radicals. So it might put people off, but I think the radicals there are really good fun. The SR10 is an underrated car, I think. If it wasn't for the SR8, I think the SR10 would be vastly more popular. But because it went to the SR10, which was paid, and is not as fun as the SR8, I think it struggles. I do think it struggles a little bit. So yeah. Now, IMSA Vintage Series. Now, this is quite a big one. That is going to Le Mans as well. So IMSA Vintage Series, very popular in terms of community that it has. Really, really tight community. And they always have races at a certain date and time. They have a dedicated Discord. But even this series is pretty dead. But because of the fact that it's the vintage at Le Mans, you might be able to find some other time slots to do instead of just the 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever that run during the week that is organised. So IMSA Vintage at Le Mans, very, very nice. Apart from that, on the sports car side, I don't think there's actually much, if I'm being brutally honest with you here. GT is going to Detroit, so that's going to be a tough sell, boys and girls. That will be a tough sell. The actual SR10 radicals, they're going to Brazil. That could be decent. That could be somewhat decent. Now, the open formula stuff. What? Honestly, really good. Can't even think of the words to say to describe it. So let's start off with the F4 fixed, shall we? Going to Nürburgring GP circuit. Nürburgring again. Asia Pacific. Now this one is going to Suzuka. F4's at Suzuka. Banger. And then the Americas Tour. That's going to Watkins Glen. Again, a popular track. That will be popular this week. The Europe version, FIA F4s. That's going to Monza. Again, very, very, very popular. F4 stuff is a corker this week. You have a wide selection of cars to pick from. Super Formula Lights, they are at Bathurst this week, but next week they're going to Spa. Like, honestly, like, it's just, if you're a fan of the open formula stuff, there's just so much choice this week. It's absolutely superb. And then you've got the F3 stuff, which is going to Silverstone. Again, banger of a selection if you ask me, but yeah, formula stuff. F4, all the tracks are great. Super Formula Light track, superb. And the Formula 3 stuff as well, just really, really good. So I've got to say, as weeks go, really good. Genuinely outstanding. So let me know in the comments if you agree. Let me know in the comments as well what you'll be doing this week. Fingers crossed this video has helped you out a little bit. Anyways, I've been Basic Ollie. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take care, boys and girls. Have a good one. Ta-da.